Hello guys, so this week's I've just been not lucky with gold. I don't know what is happening. I'm not really lucky with gold at all, and it's stressing me out every single time I want to execute a trade. I'll end up not getting it. It will end up giving me unnecessary movement, and I'll end up getting stressed. What is happening today is not also good. Just look at what happened right here. We had this double, triple top right here. Price hit it all the way down. I wanted price to just drop to its final destination. This right here should be its final destination before a serious move all the way up. But it doesn't want to do that. When you look at the whole trend itself, you realize that it's not consistent. So you can't even trade this at all because it's not even consistent. How can you trade a trend that is not consistent? I mean, just look at what is happening. And price even refused to come all the way down and pick my trade. You're probably wondering, why do I insist on price coming all the way down to this zone? Because if price actually comes down to this zone, that will make it like more tradable. It will give me the confirmation that price really wants to go up. Because when you look at the daily time frame, this is what we are having on the daily time frame. What do you think is happening? Price had a support zone right here, right? And it pushed all the way up. Now, if I actually zoom in, let's just analyze this level alone, just a little bit. Yes, you can actually argue for sure that during price pushing all the way up, it was just pushing all the way up to retest a trend line. As you can see, it was just retesting a trend line before it dropped, right? That is a very good argument. But at the same time, you can also see that within this zone right here, this range 1, 2, 3, that's right there showed a resistance zone. And because that now becomes a resistance zone, price pushing all the way through that resistance zone, which was just a price movement coming back to retest and continue dropping, is now telling us that price has moved from that downtrend to an uptrend. So why am I waiting for price to actually come all the way down to this zone? Because if price actually comes down to that zone, it indicates that that is a retracement back to test that change of character right here. And that will be a marvelous way to trade. That will be a very good entry position. But price is not trying to give me that chance. Price is actually stressing me a lot. I don't know what is happening. I mean, this week, apart from BTC USD, BTC USD has been marvelous this week. I took this trade extremely good. And also, if not because of GBP JPY, I'll actually be stressed. GBP JPY is the most important pair this week for me because it has given me a lot of trades, right? I've been in 3 trades right here, took first and second TP. It's still running. Executed 2 trades again. They are still running in what? 9K in profit. This is what is keeping me going. If not, trust me, I would have been extremely stressed about gold because gold is my favorite pair and it's not giving me the chance to trade at all. Look at what is happening. Just look at it. Inconsistency. There are just a lot of inconsistency on this chart, and it's just stressing me out. It's stressing me out a lot. I don't know what is happening. Trust me, I don't know what is happening. I just hope price will drop down to this zone, but it's not doing so. Now, right now, what can we see happening around this level? Just around this level right here. A lot of people would think price is finally going all the way up, right? Meanwhile, price is not going all the way up. That was just a reaction. Why am I saying price is not going all the way up? This is the last high right here. And below that level, which is this range, I've already marked it. That is the last low. So indirectly, whatever happened within this zone was just price movement. It did not take out the last high and it took out the last low. So indirectly, we are still in a downtrend. Price still has to come all the way down and take out this low right here. So just, I mean, look at it. Why didn't it take it out at first before eventually pushing all the way up? But yeah, that is just by the way. I'm actually stressed a lot. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to execute a sell trade, follow price all the way down to my entry levels so that I can now execute my buys. Because I actually mean this type of trade, right? I meant that.
A few moments later.
I'm going to execute a trade. I've actually removed one trade right here, leaving only one because I think price might want to give us a drawdown around this zone right here. So I'm executing 2 trades. I'm going to execute 2 trades. It's going to be sell trades. Why am I executing sells around that zone? Because price is not going to shoot all the way up. It's going to drop down to this zone before it will actually shoot all the way up. And it has stressed me a lot. To be honest, I don't really understand. It has stressed me a lot. My stop loss has to be just around this zone right here because we are still in a downtrend. And that right there marks the last high of the whole movement itself. So where I want price to go to is this zone. So this is just going to be a 1:2 trade before the actual trade that I actually wanted to execute, right? Which is this right here. So 1:2, when price gets back to here, it should take me out of the trade. Just around 10k thereabouts. So H is going to be about 9k. So indirectly 18k in profit right there. And yes, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm extremely stressed with gold. To be honest, I'm extremely stressed. You are probably asking why didn't I see this right here? Because this is a trend break and a retest. Yes, I can see that. But at the same time, the bigger time frame is telling me that price hasn't touched this zone. It has to touch it, right? It has to touch it. If you are saying price is not going to touch it, then probably price is just going to pull from this zone right here. But that is not really a possibility. Price has to get into this zone before it can now shoot all the way up. You can already see the massive sell. So price has to get into the zone. I'm not really going to execute any buy trades right now until price gets into that zone. Alright, so I just got an alarm that my first TP has been hit. Now it's left with the second trade. I'll actually be closing this trade because yes, this is where I actually wanted price to come back to. So now that price is coming back into that zone, I have to get out and prepare to see whether we'll have a upward movement. If there's an upward movement, then I can now join the trade. But if there's no upward movement, then so be it, right? So be it. As you can see earlier on, I actually had trades around this zone right here, but because of this type of movement, I just decided that no, I have to get it out because price might come inside and it will not give me a reason to buy. So right now, as you can see, there's no reason to buy. So I shouldn't have actually been looking forward to leaving those trades right here. But that's just by the way. I have to get out of this trade because price this is where I actually think price will start shooting all the way up from. So that's about 21k thereabouts, almost 22k, and that is all right with this small trade right here. And mind you, the reason why I actually kept my stop loss above here was very, very simple. You already know this right here was our last high, and price was still in a downtrend, right? Because this right here was our last low. So indirectly, price will just come down and take out that low if it actually wants to continue shooting all the way down. So that was why I kept my stop loss up there. And a lot of people will see this type of drawdowns and they'll get out of the trades. A drawdown doesn't necessarily mean you are going to lose the trade. But to be honest, I'm very, very close to actually stopping to trade on gold, especially if it's going to keep up with this type of movement. I cannot trade this type of movement. I'm very, very frank right now. I can't trade this type of movement. It's extremely annoying. But yes, that's just it. We are back to the level I was actually expecting it to come to. So right now, what I do is wait and see what happens next. We can push through it. That would be good for those who are already in a sell, but I'm gone. I'm out of the trade. I'll actually wait to see a rejection before I can now execute a trade. Probably maybe around this zone, or maybe I'll wait for an extensive rejection, which is price might take out this high before I even think about taking a trade. But so far so good. That is what is happening. I've actually gotten a trade today. Also, I actually forget we are still pushing all the way up on GBP JPY, right? It's still a marvelous trade. So if you are seeing this video today, you probably go and check it out. If you actually have to execute a trade again, then you execute that trade. Now on Nasdaq, we actually went ahead to TP and immediately reversed back and hit us out of break even. Yes, that is not really a problem because we've already hit TP, right? So there's no problem with that. But yes, Nasdaq was also cool today. And yes, that is just it. I'm actually waiting for BTC to actually hit the zone as well as I was already saying. If it hits this zone, I'll buy. But if it doesn't hit that zone, I'll wait for it to take out this high before I'll now execute a trade. So you see that almost all the pairs are actually good apart from gold, which is breaking my heart because gold is my favorite pair, right? And it is the one actually treating me this way. Just imagine. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching.